What if I told you that while Bitcoin bulls are celebrating potential 10x gains to $1 million, there's an altcoin that Charles Hoskinson himself just predicted could go 100x or even 1000x, and it all comes down to what he's calling the largest airdrop ever, worth a staggering $10 billion. But here's the kicker. We just got some troubling news about delays, declining open interest, and bearish technicals that could derail this entire narrative. So is this the opportunity of a lifetime, or are we walking into a trap? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal about Cardano's Midnight Glacier Drop will completely change how you think about ADA's price potential in this cycle. Alright, crypto fam, let's dive deep into what could be the most significant airdrop event in cryptocurrency history. Charles Hoskinson just dropped some bombshell updates about the Midnight Glacier Drop, and the implications for ADA holders are absolutely massive. But before we get into the juicy details, let me paint the picture of what we're dealing with here. We're talking about an airdrop that's targeting not just ADA holders but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP holders. This isn't your typical governance token drop. Hoskinson is positioning this as a fundamental game changer for the entire Cardano ecosystem. The numbers being thrown around are mind-blowing. We're looking at a potential $10 billion market cap at launch, which would instantly put Knight tokens in the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap. To put that in perspective, that would make each Knight token worth approximately 41 cents at launch. Now here's where it gets interesting for us as investors. Hoskinson isn't just talking about a one-time airdrop event. He's describing a complete ecosystem transformation where Midnight becomes the catalyst for annual airdrops to Cardano holders, essentially turning ADA into a dividend-paying asset in the crypto space. But, and this is a big but, we're seeing some concerning signals in the market right now. ADA's price action is looking bearish, open interest is declining, and we just got news about potential delays. So we need to separate the hype from the reality and understand what's really happening here. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Hoskinson is right, we could be looking at generational wealth creation for early ADA adopters. But if this doesn't deliver as promised, we could see a massive sell the news event that crushes ADA's price momentum. Now here's where things start to get really interesting and concerning. Let me break down the timeline issues that have everyone on edge. Originally, the Midnight Glacier Drop was supposed to happen in July. We're now looking at a delay that pushes the announcement to August 6th, 10 during the rare EVO event, with the actual airdrop happening sometime in the second half of 2025. For those of you who've been in crypto long enough, you know what delays usually mean. They either signal development issues, regulatory complications, or worse, overpromising and under-delivering. The question we need to ask ourselves is, which one is this? But here's what's really keeping me up at night. The derivatives data is painting a troubling picture. ADA's open interest just dropped from an all-time high of $1.74 billion to $1.51 billion. That's a $230 million capital outflow in just 1 week. When smart money starts pulling out of derivatives positions, that's usually a leading indicator of what's coming next. Even more concerning, the long-short ratio has flipped bearish. We're now seeing 53% short positions versus 47% long positions. This tells me that professional traders are betting against ADA's short-term price action, despite all the positive news about Midnight. And technically, the charts are screaming caution. ADA just got rejected from a critical resistance trend line at $0.9187, which also happens to be the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. The MACD has crossed bearish, the RSI is declining, and we're looking at a potential test of the 50-day EMA at $0.7228. So here's the million-dollar question. Is this just a temporary setback before the Midnight launch creates explosive upside? Or are we looking at a classic buy the rumor, sell the news scenario where the reality doesn't live up to the hype? The timing couldn't be more critical. We're in a market environment where Bitcoin is showing strength, but altcoins are struggling to maintain momentum. If ADA can't hold key support levels while we wait for Midnight, we could see a significant correction that wipes out months of gains. But here's what makes this situation so fascinating. Hoskinson isn't just making modest predictions. He's going on record saying ADA could outperform Bitcoin in this cycle, potentially delivering 100x to 1000x returns, while Bitcoin only does a 10x to $1 million.
As an ecosystem.
You think ADA will still outperform BTC in the future?
Of course, because how much farther can Bitcoin go? Maybe to 1 million. Okay, it's a 10x. ADA can go 100x, 1000x over this. It's like, guys, we're not a second-class citizen.
That's either the most bullish prediction we've heard from a major founder this cycle, or it's setting up for one of the biggest disappointments in crypto history. Alright, let me break down exactly what this all means and why I think this could be the most important crypto development of 2025. First, let's talk about the Midnight ecosystem and why this isn't just another airdrop. Hoskinson revealed that the snapshot has already been completed for ADA, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP holders. This multi-chain approach is genius from a marketing perspective. It instantly creates demand across 4 major crypto communities. But here's the real alpha. Hoskinson described Midnight as the foundation for turning Cardano into the yield layer for Bitcoin. Think about that for a second. If Cardano can successfully position itself as the DeFi infrastructure for Bitcoin, we're not just talking about another smart contract platform, we're talking about becoming the financial backbone for the world's largest cryptocurrency. The business model is fascinating. Instead of one-time airdrops, Hoskinson is describing annual airdrops that come from partner chains building on the Midnight ecosystem. This creates a sustainable reason to hold ADA long-term, similar to how dividend stocks work in traditional finance. Now let's address the technical concerns head-on. Yes, ADA is facing resistance, and yes, we're seeing bearish derivatives positioning. But here's what the charts might be missing. This could be exactly the kind of accumulation phase we see before major catalyst events. Looking at the Fibonacci levels, if ADA can hold the 50-day EMA at $0.7228, we've got a strong foundation for the next leg up. The key resistance to watch is that $0.9187 level. A break above that with volume could signal the start of the pre-midnight rally. But here's my biggest takeaway from all this research. Hoskinson's timeline gives us a clear roadmap. August 6th, 10 for the official announcement, launch in the second half of 2025. That's our window for accumulation if you believe in the thesis. The risk-reward here is asymmetric. If Midnight delivers on even half of what's being promised, ADA could easily 10x from current levels. But if it fails to meet expectations or gets delayed further, we could see a significant correction. My strategy? I'm watching that 50-day EMA level closely. If ADA holds above 72 cents, I'm treating any weakness as an accumulation opportunity before the August announcement. If we break below, I'm waiting for a retest of the 51 cents lows before getting aggressive. The broader implications here extend beyond just ADA. If Cardano successfully creates a sustainable airdrop ecosystem, other chains will copy this model. We could be looking at a fundamental shift in how crypto projects distribute value to their communities. Bottom line, this is either the setup for generational wealth creation or one of the biggest crypto disappointments of the decade. The timeline is clear, the stakes are massive, and the next few months will determine which scenario plays out. What do you think? Is Hoskinson's prediction of 100x to 1000x gains realistic? Or is this just hopium for ADA holders? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. If you found this analysis valuable, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dive crypto content. And if you want to stay ahead of the next major catalyst events, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Remember, this is not financial advice, but I'd love to hear your take on whether you're buying this dip or waiting for lower levels. Let's discuss in the comments. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered financial advice. Cryptocurrency investments are highly volatile and risky. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Always do your own research and consult with qualified financial advisors before making investment decisions. The creator of this content may hold positions in the cryptocurrencies discussed. Never invest more than you can afford to lose.